Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's special one-shot adventure of Space Goblins. I am Simon at Wandering DM. We're going to play this one-shot in between our seasons of Cyberpunk Red. I am accompanied today by two of the returning cast from Cyberpunk and the creator and designer of Space Goblins, Vididia Valetti. But before we go into introductions and explaining what the game is about and everything, I would just like to thank our sponsors very quickly, beginning with Found Familiar, the great coffee company that makes basically all the coffee I drink. And if you can check them out at foundfamiliar.com and use code WanderingDM to get 10% off your purchases. The other sponsor that we have is I am mixing up all of my links. I don't even remember which one was Magen Press. Oh no. I haven't done it in so long. Ah, there we go. Magen Press, makers of 5th edition D&D supplements such as the sci-fi fantasy campaign setting Dark Matter. They've had a Kickstarter that ran successfully recently for an introductory adventure that I've been lucky enough to write on. So if you want to check that out and check out the other products that they have, go on to store.magenpress.com. And lastly, of course, it's Roll20, the virtual tabletop that we use here for all of our shows, all of our games on Wandering DM. And our partners through the Diceomancy program, Level Up Dice. Yay, I typed the right thing. So anyway, be sure to check them all out with the links in chat or the panels down below. Without further ado, let's introduce our cast and crew for this jaunt in space. I will go counterclockwise, so that way on the overlay. So we'll finish with Vididia, so you can introduce your game and everything. And that'll give me time to put all of our names on the overlay. So let's begin with the person right under me on the overlay, Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. I use he, him pronouns, and I have no idea what I'm doing here. I came up with a name. My goblin's name is going to be Twist of Skate.
It's a very good name. Very excited.
And next is Chris.
Hi, everyone. Chris Geary. I use he, him pronouns, and the goblin I'm going to be playing tonight you can call Chef Flay or Bobble Flay or Bobble Alloy Vicious Spammins Deflagger, the 404 for short, if you know him personally.
The overlay will only allow me to write in Chef Flay in that sense.
That's fine. That'll work. It's not like you know me that well.
And lastly, Vididia.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. I'm Viditya. I use he, him pronouns. I am also the creator of Space Goblins. Space Goblins is and I'm going to read right off of a game of cosmic goblin mayhem. And the idea of the game is just you are all goblins. Congratulations. You are also barreling through space in a ship made of junk and scrap. How lucky. Your goal, to make it to Junktopia, a utopia for the goblins in the middle of space, with your ship intact and as much junk as you can carry. So that's basically what Space Goblins is about. We are a crew of goblins piloting a ship just hobbled together out of the junk that we are trying to take to Junktopia. I kind of like to think about it like you are flying your suitcase. And what we're going to do is just Space Goblins is kind of like a dungeon crawl-esque game where you crash into other ships on your way to Junktopia to try and grab more junk and bring as much as you can and basically ruin the days of some people out in space who are not expecting their day to be ruined. And that's kind of it. It's a lot of fun, and you're gonna see some real goblin mayhem. Yeah.
All right. So there we go. The Roll20 is now up on screen for everyone to see. So how does it work?
Okay, yeah. So, Space Goblins is a very easy game to play. It's based off of the Tunnel Goon system, if you know that. I don't know what everybody is up, but the idea is it just uses 2d6 rolls, and you're going to compare them to some stats, or you're going to add your stat to it, and also you might have like a treasure that helps your roll a bit. But the first and foremost, the thing that we do is Space Goblins has some built-in safety tools, but also just a way for all of us to get to know what we want in the game and what we don't want in the game. And they're our Goblin principles. So we'll go around and add a Goblin principle for each of us if we want. But the ones that are always in the game, just to set the tone, is... Space Goblins, so there's statements that are like Space Goblins will or Space Goblins won't or whatever, and the ones in the game are Space Goblins will cause mayhem and chaos, but do not harm or harass civilians or the oppressed, and Space Goblins love to junk and scrap, but do not love those who stand with or benefit from oppression or bigotry. And Space Goblins will check in with one another to make sure they're having fun and will always respect each other's boundaries to help create a safe space. So that's mainly safety tools. And now we can go around and just add basically anything we want or don't want in the game. So this is like lines and veils, or even just like yes and no from Microscope. So it's like I want robots. Like Space Goblins will find robots, but I don't like spiders. So like, but we'll avoid ships with spiders on them, you know? So if anybody, I guess we could just go in order again. So Simon, if you have anything you would want to add.
I mean, the basic principles cover the lines and veils that I have normally for games, because it falls under like harm and harassment. If there's something that I would like,
like you're like, I really want dinosaurs in this game. Like, I don't know, you know?
I mean, it might be because of current events, but would y'all be okay if I add Space Goblins will stick it to the man?
Yeah. Hell yeah. I love that.
Alright, I'll add it in.
You should. Can you type in the text box that I put in?
I don't know if I can edit it.
Okay. I'm just unsure.
Oh yeah, I can edit. Cool.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how you did the bullet point though.
I don't know how I did that either. I copy pasted it from the
I was going to say,
PDF.
copy paste it from the line above.
Yeah.
Steal.
Stick it to the man.
Perfect.
There we go.
Anina, do you have any wills and wants, loves and don'ts? Ooh, wait. You're
muted.
Yeah, I kind of want to go like Flintstone-y, and so that every machine has to at least look like some form of an animal.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So like Space Goblins find machines that look like animals or something. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I
We
love that.
value animals, even the machine ones.
Yeah. And you know, we might
Especially the machine ones.
junk them or bring them aboard. Like maybe it's not even breaking them. It's just
We'll adopt them like they were cats, and we were.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, you want to
Herding
add
them.
that? Like
Yes.
Space Goblins will herd machine animals.
Yeah.
Because that also that's a good way to frame how we'll tackle that, right? A problem is not how do we defeat this robo giraffe, it's how do we get it to trust us and come on board. I love that so much. While Simon's typing stuff out, Chris, you got anything?
Yes. Space goblins will make up words for things they do not know the word for, but will not use words to betray one another.
Oh, that's so you want us to just make up shit, but also
If you've never seen it before, it's your duty as a space goblin to create the name for it.
that's pretty great.
How else are we going to catalog everything?
Oh yeah.
Use someone else's words? They're nowhere near as good as, space goblin words.
Oh, 100%.
I will definitely need a technobabble chart.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a technobabble generator. I mean, there's got to be.
Yeah,
There's
100%.
there has to be one.
There has to be. Generate more. Oh yeah, it's like right there. The
Technobabble
germanium ray is offline. We should completely resynchronize the bionic neogenic thrusters. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I do love that. And y'all really brought it in with these Space Goblin principles. I'm trying to think if there's anything specific I want. I think I don't know. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good with this. Like, I don't think I need to add anything. Yeah, this is really wonderful because I mentioned dinosaurs before, and that kind of stuck in my brain as an example. But the animals kind of fill that role perfectly, like the techno animals. So we're good.
Cool.
Okay. Now the next part is we're gonna make our space goblins, which is super super simple. If you want, you can either write it in the Roll20, like off screen somewhere, or on a sheet of paper. It's mostly for you to reference, but and also we have our space goblin names already, like we can see each other's names. But it's really easy to make a game. Okay, or make a goblin. You're gonna name your goblin something goblin-y. We've already gotten that down. And I want you. This is a fun question, but you're gonna write down what your goblins, what color are your goblins' pronouns, and also what are they? So give us a little bit of a vibe of who they are, alongside their pronouns themselves. And lastly, you have 4 stats. So if you're looking at the PDF, we're on Goblin Creation. But you have 4 stats. All goblins have 4 stats. They have Scrapper, good at breaking things down. Tinkerer, good at building things up. Rascal, good at causing mayhem. And Rude, good at being ill-mannered. These are all the things that goblins love. This is what makes up a goblin, a space goblin. So you're going to distribute 3 stats between 3 points between those 4 stats is it. So, and you can distribute them as much as you want. You can all in Rascal, or 1 in 3 of them, or 2 in one in the other.
Okay. I will start. I don't know if I can actually change the. That'd be awesome. Can I change my frame to the color of my goblin? Maybe.
Let's see.
Yes, it actually works. All right. So I am purple.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. I see that. Give it a nice 10. Okay.
Oh, and my stats. I mean, I know there's 4 of us, so we could min max this, but I feel like it would suck.
Have fun.
So my stats, I went with a 2 in Tinker.
Mm-hmm.
It's my one that I'm not sure between a Rascal and a. I think I'll go with Rude actually. 2 in Tinkerer and 1 in Rude.
Just out of curiosity, is rude like lack of ability to communicate well with others? Like you're like it would be like, negative persuasion, or is it more like you've got the best your mama jokes?
I think like kind of all encompassing. So you're good at being ill mannered. So whether that means that you're really good at I kind of see that as either being like, you're like a child, right? Like you're an actual child who runs around and like is bad at, who
Gotcha.
says bad words, or it can also be like, oh, you're kind of an asshole. Could also be like in a bunch of ways. So it is like a social stat. It's kind of like you're good at kind of saying the things that get people
Gotcha.
mad at you.
So you want to make people mad at you. Got it.
All right. Let me think. I feel like terminal velocity is all about wrecking stuff. So their terminal velocity's pronouns are he, him, and their color is like a fiery red. Like they kind of look, he looks like he's on fire.
All right. I forgot. Bruise is going to be a he him as well.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like I'm going to keep saying they them. So I'm just going to say terminal velocity is they them. Because I said it once and that's just what it's going to be.
It needs to be more fire than that. There we go.
Oh, sorry. The last thing that you also have for your goblin is a treasure. So you come up with one treasure your goblin found during the construction of their junk ship and keeps on them. The treasure is not lost after using it, and goblins value innovation and spontaneity, so get creative with how you use them. They're basically... So like if you think of a dungeon crawl, you have like, oh, what's your equipment? Like what's your sword or like your shield or your bow or all that whatnot. Your treasure is kind of that. It could be whatever you want, but it's that item that you use to cause mayhem. So it could be, again, like get creative with it. Like it could be like a loudspeaker that you like yell into, or pliers, or like a wrench, or anything. Like it's really just you have fun with it.
I think you said like choose an item, and I chose the first one that came to mind. My treasure is a toaster.
It's a very good treasure.
I mean, I'll have to get creative.
I'm sure, yeah, but like I'm very excited to see what happens there. I think I'm gonna go in the opposite direction. Terminal Velocity's treasure is a cannon, just like a cannon on wheels that they shove around. All right. How's Chef Flay and Twist of Skate going?
Twist of Skate is going to be 3 Rascal.
Hell yeah!
And his item is going to be a fishing rod.
Nice. Yeah.
And what's your color?
We'll go with fluorescent green.
Ooh. Very good color as well.
I missed it. Did you say pronouns?
Yeah.
For twist?
Oh, sorry.
He, him.
Yeah, I'll add them on the overlay too.
It's good to have. Uh, and then, yeah, once we've got all of our goblins made, what's Chef Flay's colors and stuff? And
So
stats?
yeah, so I'm trying to actually look up Bobby Flay's favorite color right now. So we'll skip over that one for right now, and we're gonna go with they. There we go. No, that's not it. They're gonna go by they them. Since
Mhm.
Bobby Flay in 2012 came out in support of a gender neutral easy bake oven. And
Wow, Bobby Flay.
then let's see here. Let's do in the spirit of that. He's also a redhead, so we'll go with like an orange, like traffic cone orange.
Knick-knack and chat. It was like orange probably. So
Yep,
like it's there we go. Same brain.
So and then I'm thinking we're gonna do Rascal of 2 and Tinkerer of 1 and Scrapper of 0. But and the item is actually going to be a data pad filled with recipes from
Nice.
all over the galaxy, in which my character may not know how to cook because he actually thinks that they are instructions on how to build things, which is why his tinkering is only a 1.
That's pretty great. Okay, nice. I really love these goblins. I'm very excited to see what mayhem they bring to the table. So the last thing that we're gonna do before we jump right in is ship creation. It's much more simple. So all goblins name their ship together. So a fun way that I know that I've tried it before is just we add a word each. So if you want to try that, it's fun and quick. So Simon, start off our ship name with a word, and then we'll just go around again.
Oh boy.
And if it's like the or whatever, then give another word as well. Like you do like the whatever.
Okay, I don't, because I was gonna say, well, it's gonna be the something, but
Yeah.
no, it's gonna be the We'll start with the GSS
The
for
GS.
Goblin Spaceship.
Okay, perfect. The GSS, and then what's another word to add to our ship?
I'll say Enigma.
Yes, Enigma. Chris, you got a word?
The GSS Enigma. Let's go with Nacho.
Nacha.
Yeah, that's the name of Bobby Flay's Maine Coon cat. So,
My God.
Wait, did you say
GSS.
Nacho?
yeah, Nacho.
Okay.
The Jesus Enigma Nacho Supreme feels like it. That's where it has to kind of end. Cool, good. This is great. All right, so now we have 4 points to distribute among the following ship's traits, with each of us, contributing a point to it. And the ship's stats are rough, tough, scoot, and shoot. So once again, just like very quickly in order. So Simon, you got 1 point to play. I should describe what these are. Rough is how scary the ship looks. Tough is how much of a beating the ship can take. Scoot is how fast and how responsive the ship is. And shoot is how much the ship can bite back. So we each get to put a point.
Okay.
Yes.
Bruce does not believe in attacking or shooting from a distance.
Okay.
Bruce believes that you should just ram ships head on, so he made sure that the ship was tough.
Okay. So we got 1 point in tough.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of that. All right, and you know what's a point you got?
We're gonna go with 1 point in Scoot.
All right. Chris, where do we put?
Well, you see, the only way to make sure that you have really tender proteins is if you tenderize them. So tough. I'm with Bruce on this.
Doubling down on
Be
tough.
able to smack some things around in order to get what we need.
Okay. That's really good. And I think I'm gonna respect Bruce as well. And I put 1 point in rough because we've already taken a few beatings and we look mean. Like we're like, oh, okay, yeah, this thing is built to ram us. And people don't like that. They're like,
Well, yeah. That and terminal velocity, it had to either be rough or scoot, like, right?
100%.
So,
yeah. So it was like, okay, no, we're not. Yeah. We're going to go with ramming into things. So now we're going to just start playing. But like the last thing that you need to know is our ship starts with 30 junk. So like, we have a junk value because we're playing with 4 people. We start with 30 junk. If you play this game in person, you're supposed to use little like interconnecting plastic bricks such as Legos or other fun little toys to build with. Connects. I don't know if they still make connects. But because that's not there, instead, as we play, I would just recommend like drawing our ship. And then when we lose junk, you're supposed to break apart your ship. And then when you gain junk, you put back onto your ship. So we'll just, we could just draw our ship, draw a little addition to our ship, and we'll keep those. And then should evolve as we go. But yeah. And we also have a specific room on our ship. There's a room description on the junk ship table unique to our ship and crew. So what's a special room on our ship? What is something that is unique to our junk ship?
Well, I feel like for some reason a kitchen would make sense.
I was kind of feeling kitchen too. So we got a kitchen. I think a nice fancy kitchen. Is it like fancy? Is it like weirdly fancy for the ship we're on?
I think it needs to be like a test kitchen where they've got like a bunch of different unitaskers to try all kinds of different things, but not always the most usable.
Right.
It's the set of Iron Chef America.
Oh my god. It's just a 1-for-1
recreation.
Okay,
of the Iron Chef.
yeah, we got I'm literally typing it as 1-for-1 recreation of Iron Chef America. Chef America. All right, I've written that out. It is official.
Everybody goes in and it's like, what's with all these lights?
What's with Okay, what do you mean? How else are we gonna? This is very important to us. We have weekly competitions amongst ourselves.
Yeah. And when we get to Junktopia, we're gonna have to meet with the chairman.
Oh my god. Oh, it's very good.
It's some goblin that's just biting into a gear.
Yeah.
The ultimate chef. I can eat gears.
Oh god, that's so good. All right. Yeah. So I've moved things around. Let me know if that doesn't work.
Right now, just things are invisible, but now they're visible. Junk and
Okay, cool.
teethiness.
Uh,
Is that all that we have on the sheet? Oh no, junk table. Okay, it's at the very
yeah, because
bottom.
I feel like those are things that are more for us than need to be shown.
Alright.
But I'm gonna just quickly. Or wait, hold on. We have colors, so I should probably change my color to be the color that goblin I am. And I'm just gonna add a little. I don't know. This is the cockpit, I guess. Feel free to do something else to it. But I thought I would just start doodling out our ship while I explain immediately what happens next. So like, Space Goblins is a pretty fun and easy game loop. Basically, the way it works is the game plays in various phases. There are 3 phases. Yeah, there are 3 phases to the game. The jump phase, which is basically when we're just in hyperspace. During the jump phase, your goblins are zipping through hyperspace to their next destination. Each goblin gets to perform one of the following actions and must describe how their goblin performs that action. This is like it's like a prep phase. So based on what action you choose to do, we get like some kind of bonus, or we get to find new things or whatever before we jump into crashing into another ship and then like basically like I said, like dungeon crawling, basically like room to room solving issues and problems. So the different tasks you can do is find treasure, which is basically you spend junk. So our ship's health is also a currency. So like you can spend junk to add a treasure to your sheet. It's basically like what we found and what we've been gathering. But in the process of doing so, you like break apart your ship because you're looking for the good thing. And the more of us who do this, the less of the ship we destroy is basically the idea. Repair and prepare, so you can spend 20 junk to increase ship stats or all of our goblin stats. So it's like, spend a lot of junk, but we all get better. Or horse around, which is just us fooling around, and we get more teethiness, which is our like collective health pool, like our morale, during the board phase. And the more of us that do that, the more teethiness we have. Yeah, so that was a lot, but like basically the idea is, do you want more treasure? Do you want better stats? And those two cost something. Or if you don't want to spend our junk because we're just starting out, we can just horse around and we have a bigger health pool. So where are we going? What does each goblin want to do?
I think because we're starting and we don't have that much junk.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce would be horsing around.
Okay. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense to me. So I think I'll also horse around. Terminal velocity is gonna just we're gonna be having fun. How do we horse around? Or what are the other goblins doing if we're all hanging out?
I want to say that Twist of Skate is trying to build the corridor, the longest corridor in the ship, into a really long half pipe.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I imagine terminal velocity is like trying to like is maybe like shooting themselves out of a cannon, and like if they hit a wall, it's not long enough. It's like if we get to the end, it's like you got to make it longer. Like, come on.
I think Bruce's version of horsing around is to play his favorite game, which is Can You Toast It?
What a game.
And he just goes around the ship and takes, like, I don't know, for in this instance, it's probably going to be like remains of screws and little bits and bobs of wiring from Twist's renovations construction in the tunnel, and just shove them in the toaster and plug the toaster in a wall socket, and then just look at it and go like, come on, you can do it. And of course, when Bruce is doing this, he's always looking into the slits of the toaster.
Oh, like
he's like, yeah, like literally just like peering in it. The worst. He never read the safety manual.
Oh, I love it. God, that's so good. I've added just a long hole on our drawing.
That works. I don't even know what I drew.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, no, this is what I like about like the.
I thought you were trying to make it like the Enterprise there for a second, Simon.
I think that was my initial thought, and then I added a pentagon trapeze.
A little wing.
Yeah.
A little flare.
So I don't know if it's next to the ship or under the ship.
Our ships don't have to make sense. It's fine. You know? All that matters is as we gain junk, we get to add to it. And when we lose junk, we have to make the sad decision of deleting a part of it. Okay. And what Chef Flay? Is Chef Flay horsing around as well? Or do they want to spend some of our junk?
No. Chef Flay is going to horse around as well. And I think Chef Flay is going to kind of alternate between two things. One is Chef Flay is going to either use his data pad or other terminals on the ship and see if he can resurrect the what was it? The Food Network Snapchat Discovery channel, and try and reconnect with other chefs around the universe. And when he fails at that and gets frustrated, he will go dip his hand in paint and put his hand put a handprint on the ground as though he's pretending to get his own what do we call that, Milky Way star, because Hollywood's too small.
Oh
yeah, so he's going to pretend like he's getting inducted into the Junktopia Milky Way Walk of Fame.
Oh my god. Oh, he's like practicing.
Yep.
Or sorry, they are practicing.
They're practicing.
Right?
Yes. They're practicing.
That's very good.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if we're all horsing around, our teethiness, which I mentioned before, is like our collective health. So no goblin has 1 health. We all have a collective health. So when we roll dice and we don't do good, we lose from our teethiness. Also, space goblins don't like die. They just run out of. They basically throw a tantrum, or they're like, this isn't worth it. Like, and then they just go back to the ship. But because we've all been horsing around, we're kind of really riled up. So our teethiness is much higher than it should be when we board our first ship, which is what we're going to do now. So we're going to proceed on to the crash phase. You have to gather more junk, which means crashing into another ship to search for it. So what we're all going to do is we're all going to roll 2d8. We're going to roll 2d8 and... what is it? 1 second. Let me roll mine before I forget. And we're going to compare, not compare, but like all of us are going to like kind of pull them together. So we're going to look at all the dice that we rolled and see. So we're looking for 2 things. I'm reading and also trying to say it, which is why I feel like I'm stuttering a lot. We're looking for as many matches as possible, and then the most number of them. So we're gonna see like, oh, how many of the same number is matched. So I see like 1, 2, 3 sevens, right?
No, there's only 2 sevens. I rolled a
there's
7
only
and a 6.
Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3. Yes. Okay. So
No,
there's only 2 sevens
Yeah,
There's
and
2 twos.
and 2 twos. Okay. Which is the same amount of stuff. So there's a table down at the bottom called ship's table. So again, this is I'll just read it out. But the most number of dice were 7 and 2, and we got 2 of each. So we get to choose which ship we crash into. So in Space Goblins, you roll a bunch of dice, and this is basically us triangulating which ship we're trying to crash into. And we can either crash into a luxury yacht, so somebody's like pleasure yacht, or a pirate scoop, or so we can also just crash into a pirate ship, a tiny pirate ship. So which one are we feeling? Because it's Goblin's choice.
I mentioned it in chat that, tenderized yacht hull is a delicacy on the GSS Enigma Nacho Supreme. So I don't know if we need to go with that this time, but if we're not feeling delicate, let's go for the pirates.
I'm all for a yacht. Like it's just a very fancy ship, like an unnecessarily luxurious ship. It's kind of hard not to want to.
They might have a gold toilet.
They might, yeah. Y'all feel good about luxury yacht?
I'll do luxury yacht. Yeah.
Okay, cool, perfect. Now, all that we need to do now is once you determine the ship, one of us, so one of the goblins, is going to stay back. And then that's like this. So Space Goblins has a rotating GM structure. So this is like determining who the GM is. One goblin will stay back to take care take care of the ship because they didn't do their chores and they're being punished. They don't get to go junking. So we can roll on the chores table to basically just come up with a fun way to be like, which one of us would stay back, right?
Chef Flake can stay back because he put paint and handprints all over the ship. So
you want to be the GM for...
yeah, I can totally do that.
Cool, right. Perfect. All right, yeah. So what you're going to need to have in front of you basically is just if you in the PDF, the luxury rooms. If you go all the way to the bottom to the thing, that's it. So those are just your random generated dungeon creator, your ship creator, and then so now the three of us, the rest of us, are going to go board the ship. So and I'll take you through the process of that, but it's pretty step by step. All goblins except the referee board the ship. The referee describes where the goblins are going, what's stopping them from junking a room, and what the difficulty scores are for obstacles. So we start by breaking out of hyperspace. And I'll, of course, leave this to Chris to describe like what kind of a ship we see and also where we crash into.
Okay, so as we come out of hyperspace, we find ourselves like barreling towards what looks like, think of one of those ridiculous yachts on the sea right now, but with the direct TV, satellite dish and all that kind of stuff, probably has another yacht inside it that's smaller. And it's kind of, it's gray like most hulls, except this one has like all the pinstriping and like it's all gold pinstriping and everywhere that it can be. But, down the center of it, it has this red racing stripe because they think that they're fancy and all that fun stuff. It's 2 floors primarily. The top one is for all of the, day by day kinds of things. And the bottom one is where the sleeping quarters and the, other stuff is that fancy rich people do. So you all crash into the intoxicant dispenser.
Okay, cool.
So as you break into this room, you realize it's maybe kind of, this is where rich people, purge all of their, vices. No, and they get all of their vices, both of them. It really depends on what kind of manners they have.
Right. Hell yeah. All right. So the referee will come. So back to the mechanics. The referee will come up with an obstacle appropriate for the room they're in and sets an appropriate difficulty score for the obstacle that must be depleted before the room can be jumped. In Space Goblins, a room has a difficulty score. The way that works is like a difficulty score of 8 is like, oh, this is an easy challenge. A difficulty score of 10 is like a pretty tough challenge, and 12 is like going to be really hard because when we roll to try and stop it, to bring it down, it's both. Think of it as both AC, like armor class, and HP all in one. So when we beat it, we take the difference of our die roll and then subtract it from the difficulty score. So as we beat it, it gets easier and easier to beat until it is defeated. And we take damage in the same way. So if we don't beat it, we get the difference, and then we take that out of our teethiness. So like we crash into the ship, we crash into this room. We're ready to just start breaking it apart. But what's in here to stop us, basically?
What you find in here that is there to stop you is the equivalent of like suburban housewife book club.
Okay.
All trying to get their wine. So you're standing between them and their wine.
Oh no. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay. So and then this is just kind of where Space Goblins takes off. So we're trying to get through this. When we want to make, so we basically, like, the way rolls work is we take 2d6, we roll them, we add whatever relevant class, like stat we're rolling with, and if we want, we can also use our item and we get an additional +2, but an item can only be used once a room. It doesn't mean they break or whatever. It's just your goblin only use, like, they want variety. Like, you're not gonna shoot yourself out of I'm not gonna shoot myself out of a cannon every time or whatever. So like if you're using a relevant treasure, you get a +2 once a room. And then, like I said before, it's if we get higher than the difficulty score, we do damage or whatever, we move closer. Yeah.
But where does it start? It starts at an 8, right? Because we're the lowest class of the.
Well, you can decide if you want, like, where the difficulty score is.
Well, I don't know. How difficult do you guys think a book club of suburban housewives who want their wine, and you happen to be between them and their wine?
Well, I think, and that might inform you of the difficulty, Bruce would look to the other goblins as we tumble into the room and turn to the other two and go, "Oh no, I think I have a way to distract them while you guys loot the place bear. Give me just a moment."
I was not aware that was going to be Bruce's voice.
Yep. I love Bruce's voice. Get it, Bruce.
He would hold his toaster up to the women in the room
Uh-huh.
and say, "Hi, ladies. Have you ever heard about the new Tupperware toaster? This is going to revolutionize how you toast things across the universe. Let me just find a table real quick." And he would probably try to get all the housewives into a corner to demo the toaster while the rest of the crew
Okay.
do what we came here to do.
Okay, I love that.
Let me be the diversion.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, Chris, this is like, if this would require a roll, to try and like, move us towards our goal, then this is where you'd pick a difficulty score. The difficulty score, like I said before, like stays. So it's not like once a roll. It's something that we're constantly fighting for the room.
Yeah, I saw the mechanics. So like as you succeed, every point above the difficulty lowers their difficulty until they're
Yes.
gone.
Yeah.
Right. So
And also, like, let's say we successfully take care of distracting them, but we still have, the room still has like a score left, like a little bit, then maybe like reinforcements come in. Like it's more like how difficult is the room to get finished,
gotcha.
stuff like that.
We're gonna say it's a 10 because they're not afraid to call security or the manager.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. So are you gonna try and make a roll for it?
Yes. I assume that it's 2d6 plus
Whatever relevant score, class score that you believe fits your action.
I think it should have been maybe Rascal.
I could see Rascal.
Being rascal, eh?
Yeah, because it's not being ill-mannered. He's not being rude. I think no. If you will allow it, I think being rude would play against it, and I would roll with a penalty equal to my rude.
You think so?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I would be presenting the toaster, and I'd go like, "Hey, shut up, Karen," as I'm presenting the things.
So that'll be what, a -1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But would this be you spending your toaster for the
Oh
room so
yeah,
you get
I
a
would.
+2
I
as
would.
well?
Yeah, spend the toaster,
Yeah.
so that would become a +1 instead.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh,
12. Well, 13.
so
13. Hell yeah.
that is a success, and their difficulty is now down to a 7, or the room's difficulty now down to
Yeah.
a 7. Ah, I've never been talked to that way by a little green, no, purplish, whatever you are.
I'm purple, and you'd best remember it, Josie.
But kind of like the wine I like.
Oh my god. I think like in the meantime, you kind of just see like as this conversation happens, just like in the corner of the scene, you see a terminal velocity, like probably like I see like it's like a wine club. How is it lit? Like, is it a chandelier fancy, or is it like
no, this is like their intoxicant dispensary. So
Yeah.
inside the entire room itself, it's got like high-end LED track lighting that backlights and then other underlighting as you approach each of the different dispensaries.
Yeah.
They're particularly trying to get to the wine dispensary, but there's at least 4 others in the room. And
Gotcha.
you just happen to break through in their path
Okay.
as the book club is coming in to get their wine before they go read. So they're all armed with like hardback books.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Terminal velocity is no stranger to wine, I think, and wants to grab the canisters. So like isn't really seeing what's happening, but is like, oh, these dispensers have a bunch of wine in it. Yeah, I'll grab that. Like we have a kitchen. This will be useful. So I'm gonna try and like destroy it. I am a scrapper. So this is me. I'm gonna try and rip them out of the wall because I am destroying.
Nice. We can make a really good wine reduction later for part of a sauce.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I love that we've got kind of like a connoisseur vibe. Even as, ooh, no, I don't make it.
So that's an 8, isn't it, with your +2, or is it a +3? Oh, no, that was with your
+6.
+2.
Yeah.
6, gotcha. And they have a 7. Okay.
So we take 1 tick of teethiness.
So you're yanking on the canister, and you're like, whoa, this thing's really bolted in.
Yeah.
They're serious about their wine security.
I can't get at it. Okay.
All right. So Twist of Skate is going to try to implement the divide and conquer strategy. So he's skating up one of the walls, and as he's doing that, he's going to draw out his fishing rod, and he's going to cast it at the Alpha Karen's weave, and cause her to lose face in front of everyone else by proving that that Karen has like extensions or something.
Oh my
Devious.
God.
Very, very devious of you. You are quite the rascal.
Are we establishing in canon that Karens are basically like Samson and their powers lie in their hair?
It's a mix between Samson and Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So that's Rascal. So we're saying it's 2d6 plus my skill. Is that right?
Yes. 2d6 plus your skill.
And +2 for using the fishing pole.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
12.
If like the item, like you can say you're using it narratively, but like you only get the bonus once over
Sure.
the turn as well. So it's fair to say.
Nice. So that's a 12. Awesome. So 7, 12, 5. They're down to a 2 is what is. So the fishing, as you make that maneuver and you hook her weave and yank her extensions out, she does the whole like, and also gives you that glare, like, you know, how dare you? That with her hands on her hips and everything, and while everyone else is staring at her, she's just trying to make sure that the glare's enough to distract, but nobody seems to be paying attention to the glare. Instead, they're all like, but Karen, I swear you've said that you've had that hair since birth. What happened? What else are you lying to us about? And they start squabbling.
Yeah, and Twist of Skate actually puts on the weave and the extensions haphazardly on, and then starts just sashaying around a little bit in victory.
Oh my God. Oh no. I think unless Bruce is going to capitalize on this.
Well, if Bruce notices that Terminal has had issues with the wine casks, he would go join them and try to give them a hand.
Ooh, good.
For whatever. I don't know if Terminal Velocity wants to try their hands again at the wine, or if there was something else that they wanted to grab.
Terminal is pretty stubborn, right? I don't think I've done anything, but they're like, ooh, I want this wine. I don't know. Their voice is going to change constantly, but it's like,
that's okay.
I want this wine. We got to get it. I'm not going to let it beat me. And like, it's, I think they like have a breaking point and they're not there, and it's like a very short. They have a short fuse, I think, is the joke I'm trying to make. To the point when they just use their cannon and break it. So you might be like noticing this, and that might be why you're coming over. Where I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna break it if I can't get to it.
Being the tinkerer you are, Bruce, you realize that there's just a clamp that's holding it to the floor that kept terminal velocity from being able to get the leverage they needed. So if you release that clamp, the two of you could take the whole machine rather than just the canisters.
Oh.
Not to be a spoiler of your fun, Terminal, but I think that this here. Quick technobabble. This here nanopulse. No, wow, the other words don't work. This here nanopulse strength module is holding the table down. I think we can just flip it like this, and we can start carrying shit around.
Hell yeah. Oh, guys, you're muted.
Roll those beautiful dice.
Sure. I mean, we can't fail at this point, right?
I hope not.
What's the difficulty right now?
You needed at least 4 total.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had 4 minimum because the 2 in Tinker.
There you go. So
Okay, yeah.
you beat it by more than 2.
Yep.
So you've defeated the room.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of you successfully carry off the entire wine dispensary from this luxury yacht.
So we've just got this wine dispensary with us. And so we've just like riled up these like women who are just off in a corner now, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Do not care about us. All right, yeah. So once we've cleared a room, we go off to the next room because we're not done with this ship. There's so much ship for us to grab. So each of us get a junk die equal to the rarity of the room, which is on the table. And it's just, you could just mark it somewhere.
Yeah,
where
it's a D6.
Okay.
It's a D6. So we all get we all carry around a D6. Now between rooms, the goblins boarding the ship will take a moment to act as the referee as well. So the three of us will now describe a consequence of our actions that could potentially harm the ship. So we like come up with something that like, oh, the ship is now under attack, kind of. And we determine a difficulty score, and then Chef Flay will then roll using the ship's stats to deal with that consequence. And this is just a one-time roll, basically, to see if you beat it or we take damage. So we've officially, I assume, caused problems. Like, we've crashed in, we've started breaking stuff. Y'all got any ideas of how this yacht is retaliating?
I might have one.
Mm-hmm.
In the kerfuffle caused by Twist of Skate, one of the ladies dropped her purse, from which her purse-sized dog ran off. And, purse-sized robot dog.
Robot dog. Good, yeah.
And it is now in our ship, chewing on cables.
Oh, good. Yeah, so we come up, how difficult do you think this is? And then Chris, you get to either choose to roll using the ship stats or your own, since it's something internal, to try and fight against. How hard do you think? What do you is it like it's a pretty difficult test because we don't know where like the ship the robo dog is so small that we can't find it, or is it
I think
kind of easy?
I'll go easy for this one, if only because it's a small robot for a human. I assume we're smaller because we're goblins. Um, and so it's more of a, like, I don't know, it's less easy for it to hide from us. Plus, we have a whole corridor that's just a giant half pipe, so that's also, but
Probably
it
helps.
lacks places to hide in.
Yeah.
And
Alright,
yeah, I'll go easy for this first one.
let's go easy. So you just need to beat an 8. Chef Flay needs to beat an 8.
And so that's just 2d6 as well.
2d6, and how are you tackling this? So you can either use your stats or the ship stats, depending on the circumstances of how you're trying to fight off this intrusion.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna do Chef Flay is gonna realize that there's a dog running amok because he's worried about a non-existent cat. And since Phantom Cat, aka Nacho, alerted him to this dog's presence, he's going to use Rascal to try and trap him in the half pipe hallway because there's nothing else there. So we will go ahead and do that.
And you're just trying to beat an 8.
Yeah, we'll see if that works. There we go.
Yeah.
Got a
Ooh,
12.
perfect. So you beat it. So you corner it, you find it, and
Chase it into the half pipe hallway and lock it in.
Ooh, nice, good. Hell yeah. And then so you're totally fine, and we have no idea what's going on, as the three of us instead are just running down carrying this big cask of wine behind us as we enter into the next room. And then so this is basically the loop of it for a while, as we try and junk as much as we can before we get to Junktopia. And each ship kind of has a little bit of its own internal story and problems that we are just completely ruining their day. And we can choose to go back to the ship with our haul at any point, and then we crash into another ship and all that whatnot.
Awesome. So do I roll the next room again?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're the referee until we head back.
Okay. So the next room is I have a lavish hallway.
Oh, nice.
In
Okay.
this super fancy hallway, which does not have a half pipe. So I don't know why they called it lavish. It does have lots of doors with fancy handles. It has really, really plush carpets, a bunch of side tables with things displayed on them, all kinds of different baubles and no pun intended, displays of wealth, including what looks like a posed and decommissioned or unactivated set or robot polar bear in one of the alcoves.
Oh, hell yeah. Well, Terminal Velocity immediately points at that. We break into the hallway. Terminal Velocity is like, that's coming with us. I want that. If I'm just gonna run up to it. I think I just drop the wine cask behind me, and I'm just like, that's mine. I'm getting it. I'm pushing my cannon up to it.
As you start running and pushing your cannon up to it, you see it start to move.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna try and pick it up. Is the thing? Would that be Scrapper or Rascal or something? How do you feel for me to try and just get at it?
You just want to like take it away?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, it's moving, sure, but like that's not gonna stop me. You know what I mean? Like,
Scrapper seems more like a feat of strength here.
okay.
And that's probably what you're looking at.
So I'm just gonna roll for Scrapper.
Mhm.
So it's moving like menacingly, like to attack me, or is it just like
It's waking up. You're not sure what it's going to do yet.
okay? So I'm gonna try and grab it before it can even do anything. Oh, I rolled very well.
Oh wow. It's only an 8. It's more like the hall monitor, and it says no running.
Oh, boo!
As you grab onto it and lift it up. And so you beat it by 5. That puts it at a 3.
Wow. Okay.
No lifting the hall monitor.
I think I'm gonna run it back. And if any of y'all have an idea, please tell me. But I think terminal velocity is gonna be yelling. Oh, God, it's so boring though. Like I'm like kind of losing like energy. I'm like, but it's so boring.
What do you need to?
I don't know. It
Put me
looks
down.
cool,
Put me down.
but it looks so cool. I wish it was just cool.
Well, that hall monitor must have a control panel of some sort.
Of course. Every good robot does.
And you said it's shaped like a...
It's a polar bear. Like this tiny little goblin is hoisting up a robot polar bear.
the size of an actual polar bear.
Yes.
Nice.
What?
Good. Yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
This is. I'm
So
picturing
the polar bear really, if it wanted to, it could just put its legs down and probably like lift itself off of terminal velocity. But it's, currently programmed to be a rules stickler, and it's waiting for the mischievous goblin to put it down and follow the rules.
I mean, we can't. I'm like, yeah. Terminal is like, we can't bring this on board. It's gonna yell at us.
I can probably change his rule stickling matrices. I can make it fun, is what I mean.
Oh, please. I'm like, yeah. Oh, good. Yes. And I'm gonna like drop it on the floor. Like, I'm gonna kind of like turn it. I'm holding on to it because I'm afraid of letting it go. But I'm gonna like see if I can angle it to give you access to its control panel.
Oh yeah, in a cartoonish moment, you would see Bruce jump on the polar bear and rip.
You don't have to jump on it. The panel's in its left foot on the bottom of its left foot.
I would just slide underneath it and begin
Oh, cool.
working on it. And basically when, because we've cleared the room, right? Did we? Or did we not clear the room?
It's got what is it? We just need to beat a 3. We're basically like finishing it off.
Okay, good. Then yeah, Bruce would actually open the control panel and realize it's just one big dial for fun. And it's like at 0, and he would crank it up to 11.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's really good.
And that's
builds a fun dial into a hall monitor.
I know.
and so easily accessible too. And that would be a 7 with my tinkering.
Okay. As you fun dial it, you find out that it's ticklish, and it starts laughing. No, oh no, that tickles, put me down, put me down.
God.
And it starts flailing all over.
Oh God. Do I gotta like keep hold
You
of
can
it?
just choose. Are you going to try and hold on to it, or are you going to set it down?
I'm probably gonna set it down. This is now too much.
It starts laughing and slowly peters off and goes, oh, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. So
Stick
I have a
with
question
us.
for you.
Yeah.
What's cooler than being cool?
Oh,
Ice cold.
ice cold.
I can't hear you. I said, what's cooler than being cool?
Oh, ice cold.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Oh my god.
Got to be colder than a polar bear's toenails. And he gets up and does a little dance and starts to sing, "Hey ya, 1, 2, 3, my baby don't mess around," and goes on and on.
I think like Trevor Leslie, like, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Great addition to the ship. Who'd have thought?
Definitely.
Oh, this place has got to have more stuff in it. Like, oh, let's go.
The bear voluntarily follows you.
Nice, good. I'm like, yeah, come on.
If you were asking, when you close the panel, as you finished up turning on the fun monitor, at the bottom it said the Polar Bear 3000.
That's good. This is my favorite polar bear.
I guess like the moment we turn it up to 11, like cool sunglasses just appear on his head.
Oh, it's got it.
Of course.
I feel like I imagine it as one of those like, you know, like how like the Coca-Cola polar bears.
Yeah.
That are, like, cool, like the cool one. That's great. All right. So if we've cleared the stream, then once again, our shenanigans have caused problems, or like a larger narrative that's not happening in our ship is causing problems for the ship that's going on. For like, that's not, you know, as we're junking the ship from interior, they're trying to deal with the threat of our junk ship. So do we have any ideas of what's going on outside? What could be causing our ship some problems?
I want to say that some of the cabin crew of the luxury yacht, at the orders of the ship owners, at the orders of the ship owner, were instructed to put on spacesuits and go and clean that eyesore of a goblin ship outside.
Oh, I love that. So you just got a bunch of like workers like coming
just
out.
descending on it
Yeah.
and just trying to clean it up a little bit to prevent the rust and whatever from rubbing off and onto the hull of the luxury yacht.
Well, I guess that means I have to roll rough against it, right? Because that will totally take away from our ship's cred.
If it gets clean.
Yeah,
Yes.
if it gets too clean,
that's pretty
nobody's
great.
gonna fear it. You gotta have a little bit of grunge.
How dedicated? Like how hard? Like what's the difficulty on this? Like how hard is it going to be to try and like get these guys off of us?
I think they've got some serious equipment like solvent and
Oh shit.
magnetized boots so that they could stick onto the hulls.
Good. So like a
Is it-
10.
Is that a 10 or a 12 then?
Let's split the difference. Let's call it an 11.
An 11. All right. Okay.
Okay. So
Tough one.
I will Chef Flay, realizing this, will scan through his data pad for the human repellent recipe. Well, or rich people repellent recipe, which is basically, comfort food. And he goes out and will find his favorite recipe for solid comfort food with lots of spice and use it as a metaphor for how he's going to try and get rid of them by flipping around on the controls and that gave me a 12. So I beat it by one.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
Recipes are metaphors for life.
Oh, it's so nice. What is yeah, so how do they like, how do you disperse them? Like, so you make the
So by looking through this gumbo recipe, I find that if I synchronously jettison different airlocks and then close them up, I can kind of shake them off like a dog kind of shaking itself off after getting wet. And this was inspired by both the recipe and the dog that's trapped in the half pipe. So I just continually open and close airlocks until it wiggles and shakes them off, or makes them so nauseous that they can't focus anymore and spill all their solvent into space.
Oh my god. All right. And then we cut back to us running through the ship. What's our next? Where are we trying to jump next?
Oh, what was the? It's another D6 for the hallway, right?
I think so. If I remember my own game right.
Lavish hallway. Yeah, it's the first one.
Okay, cool. Oh, you're muted.
Yes, all of these will be a D6 because we got a yacht. If we got a small ship. Anytime you have a small ship, it'll always be a D6.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
When you get a medium or large ship, you can get different size dice.
Okay.
So this time, it's very fitting. It is an absurd kitchen. That's what number 4
Oh,
is.
this is the jackpot.
No pun intended.
It's absurd in the sense that we find it absurd.
Absolutely. You can only cook like one meal at a time in here. How are you supposed to have competing recipes in a kitchen like this? It's all tricked out, but there's only one stove. Yeah, so what? It has 8 burners. You don't have enough elbow space for 3 or 4 cooks at that. You've got to have at least 8 stovetops for 3 or 4 people to cook all the different recipes they want to. There's only 2 wall ovens when there should be at least half a dozen. And then you've got no blast chiller, just a regular refrigerator. What's wrong with them? The island is kind of nice with its sink and all, but that dishwashing unit would not be able to spick and span anyone's pans. So we really find the entire thing absurd. And who puts that color of gaudy marble in anyone's kitchen? That's a bathroom color.
I agree. Well, what more? They have fire extinguishers everywhere to kill the fires instead of letting it run free until it tires itself out. This is just... I don't like this room.
They're savages.
Oh my god.
I don't like this room at all.
They don't know how to properly use this equipment. I can't believe it. What is this? And then I think like not even like trying to be delicate or anything. I think I'm just going to start destroying the room. Are there people in here? Like
Yes, there's actually the cook trying to put together some sort of meal. Doesn't even kind of look over at you for a second, and then when they do, when he does, he kind of glances and says, "Did you bring the potatoes?"
Oh no! What?
And the polar bear looks down at you and goes, "You know, I've been on this ship for 7 years, and they haven't offered me one meal."
What?
I think that doesn't pass. Hey, you! You piece of filth in the white suit!
He cocks an eyebrow, and his chef's hat kind of flops over to the same side as his eyebrow going up.
I
Like
bet you don't even have a rodent up in there to help you cook like a proper trained chef.
Oh no!
I'm being rude.
Yes, I can tell.
I think he was gonna say it in character. I'm being rude.
And the chef looks at you and goes, "Yes, I can tell."
You're not worthy of this Oh, what's the name of a chef's hat?
That's a good
Like
question.
the
there a
proper
fancy-
name.
Well, do we want to give it a name?
Yeah, we'll give it a name.
Yes.
It's the one game where if Simon doesn't know something in English, then we're just gonna. You're. Okay, I'm in a Star Trek technobabble generator. It really doesn't work. Let me just Okay, the other one.
If you don't know it, you make it up.
I should declutter your tungsten electroceramic chimney off of that head of yours and take it back to my ship where we have an actual chef. You know what, boys? Let's strip this place bare! And he says bear, B-E-A-R, but nobody realizes it.
Oh no, the polar bear definitely realizes it.
The polar bear gets it.
Polar bear nods when you say that. The chef kind of raises, like, looks up when you're talking about whatever's on his head, and goes, "My toque," and seems a little confused by this.
I don't know where you're from, mister, but where I'm from, a toque is actually what you take from a... You know what? Never mind.
And he's going to the difficulty is going to be a 10,
Oh, crap.
primarily because of how upsetting this kitchen is to you all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am shaking in fear.
So it's very possible that you could totally, like, not get a single usable piece of junk out of this place because of how upsetting it is.
Do I get do you want me to roll rude first, or
Yep.
does
That'd
terminal
be-
or twist? Okay.
That's you laid into him with rude, so use
I'm letting you.
Well, I got a 5, so I'll see myself out. Bye-bye.
Uh-oh.
So that means 5 points of teethiness go away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That hurts.
So we're at 9.
Don't let me talk to anyone ever again, guys.
Twist of skate.
In the commotion, Twist of Skate actually hid in one of the giant pots that was on the chef's table, on the stove that the chef was working in, and will choose the right moment of time to pop out of it and just scare the chef. And so Twist of Skate has actual, like, blue face paint on with, like, white squiggly lines all over. But he also, like, if he closes his eyes, he also painted eyes on his eyelids. So it looks like it's extra freaky when he opens up his eyes and you see the real ones.
Love it. Love it.
And he's also got he's also got these really serious gauge piercings, but instead of being like hoops through it, they're actually gears, like perfectly matched in there.
Nice.
And they'll, like, twist and turn every so often.
Ooh,
So
I love that.
so he'll pop up and he'll be dripping in, like, chicken broth or whatever it is. the chef
He was cooking frog
cooking.
legs.
Frog legs, yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, you just see frog legs just go scattering everywhere as he pops up. So he just says, "Get out.
Love it.
Like, get out of my kitchen." All right, so we are rolling.
Rascal, right?
Yep. 8.
Versus a 10. So lost 2 more
Oh, no.
points.
Oh,
Oh, this
so okay.
Shit.
Let me explain what happened.
everyone!
So what Twist of Skate neglected to realize is that the pot was actually cooking, so it got really hot in there and it started scalding, and then he had to hop out and he just started, like, thrashing and skating all over the countertops.
Oh no.
Uh.
Um, oh god, I think Terminal Velocity is, like, watching this and is like, no, this chef is not gonna beat us. Like, no way. This is something. Like, he's clearly set us up for this. Has been waiting for us. Like Turbalizer's really getting in their head about it, as like, and then they're muttering all of this as they're like lining up their cannon to like, and then like, you know, it's all like, I'm gonna get him, as I like get into the cannon and like holding the fuse and like is ready to fire. And I think I'm just gonna, I don't know if this is, again, like I'm not too sure if this is Rascal Scrapper, but I just want to launch myself at this dude.
Okay.
Wreck him!
Yeah. I feel, yeah, I'm trying to wreck him. Can this be
This would be Scrapper because you're trying to destroy things.
Sure. And then I get a +2 because I'm using my
Power
cannon.
lies in his hat.
I'm aiming for the hat. I'm like, we're gonna get, there's some fancy, it's not even a rat. It wouldn't be a rat. It's like probably some like fancy cat up there pulling the strings. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got a little momentum. That's a 12.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. So that drops it to an 8 now. So that's success. What do you do?
Yeah, I think I like, so like I launch myself out, and yeah, I'm basically just aiming for that hat. I'm like, this is the control center, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these fancy chefs aren't actually good at what they're doing, and like I grab it, I like grab it off as I like soar through the sky from my cannon, and I like probably crash into the wall, but that's like, terminal velocity is used to that, very 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 is able to just take that.
Okay. Yeah, you take the hat. It collapses underneath your velocity.
Mm-hmm.
It's empty. You do find out that the chef is bald or balding. How dare you? Give me back my hat.
Wait, what? I don't believe it.
You now are facing off against Wojo Puck L'Orange.
Huh? Can you spell that out for me?
Yeah.
Chef Wojo Puck L'Orange.
L'Orange.
Yeah.
I don't.
Wolfgang Puck, his middle name is Johannes. So Wojo.
Oh my god.
And then Puck L'Orange instead of the dish Duck L'Orange.
Oh, that's pretty good. I enjoyed that. Oh my god. But I think like Turbalizer would be like, wait. And I might like patch in, like we have like a little comms unit, I'm sure. Why not? I'll patch in to Chef Flay and I'll be like, do you know who this guy is? Can you hear?
I think so. If I remember correctly, he's supposed to be dead. He was taken to Flavortown years ago.
Oh no. Well,
It begins with a nonsensical room with non-Euclidean kitchenware, and now a revenant chef. This is too much for me.
with Euclidean or non-Euclidean?
I think I would have to say with Euclidean.
Euclidean, yeah. We're the ones that are using like weird. What do you mean? Makes perfect sense to us.
This entire place respects the laws of physics. What the hell?
What the hell? Well, I'm up against the wall. Is there somebody gonna try and take this guy out?
I'm freaking out. I think it's up to Twist.
Oh, twist.
Oh man. Um. So I think it's time to break out the fishing rod. So Twist, as he's still dripping in frog leg broth, is going to cast his fishing rod and cause it to pull down the to catch and pull down the uh, whatever the rack is that's hanging over the chef that has all of the pots and pans that they use.
Yeah.
Just tug it
Okay.
down. It's time to make it rain.
Ooh.
Okay, let's see. And causes a 5, so that's a 12.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. So that's by 4. That drops him to a 4 for the difficulty.
So I imagine there's like a lot of crashing and banging.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuff.
All the pots and everything start falling down. He's like ducking and dodging and diving and getting clunked left and right by a variety of, everything from Le Creuset to all clad pots and pans. And at one point, a knife flies off of the countertop as it gets flung his direction, and he barely dodges it as it sticks in the wall. And he's like, well, that was unnecessary. You're making a mess of everything. Get out of here and bring me my potatoes.
Oh, we're making a mess of everything. And Terminal Boss is gonna just start ripping stuff out. Like, you haven't seen nothing yet. And I think I want to just keep destroying this place with another scrapper roll, if that's good to do.
Scrap it all.
Dang.
And that does it.
I think I'm like ripping, like I'm ripping like the stove tops and like all these things, and I'm just chucking it at him, like trying to get him to leave, like, and don't come back. Don't even think there's gonna be nothing to come back to.
And he runs from the kitchen, upset and dismayed, and scolds the polar bear. Some hall monitor you are, and runs off.
Nice.
We did it!
That's another D6.
So a D6.
But you are at 7 teethiness. Are you going for another one or headed back with your loot?
We head back with our loot, and
You're
then
halfway through. You've got 3 more rooms potentially.
I think we could head back, because it would also be a good point to go on break and then switch to another referee for to let Chris do his play a gobbo for a while, and I can stick to referee for the second part.
Sure. Yeah.
But what happens when we bring stuff back?
So we're running back, we still have one last moment where the yacht is trying to get us to attack the ship. If we want to do a quick,
I think this is your call.
yeah. I think like, so I think it's pretty simple at this point. Like the worker, like, you know, the cleaning crew was shaken off. I think the lady, like the Karen, noticed that it was like, oh my god, they stole my dog. You know what I mean? And like now it's like, so she's made her way over to like security and just presses like a big button that is like that just like releases a bunch of drones into the air, and they're gonna try and like forcefully remove you. They're just gonna like, please step back. get away from us. Like, and so
Gotcha.
they're not as they're just trying to go.
We'll see how rough and tough they are.
Yeah.
I'll go with my tough.
Tough. I think it's a we'll say like a difficulty 9.
I rolled a 9.
Oh,
I don't know what
perfect.
that means.
Well, it's nothing. I mean, like we don't lose anything, so we win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tie goes to the Gobos.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So they just get. How do they get pushed back? Basically, how do they get first?
Yeah, so like all the drones kind of like swarm, and they, because they're the kinds of drones that they are, they're like prodding at the ship. You need to move back. You need to move back. You're in violation of of space. And as you guys start running back on board, you'll see that the ship is actually kind of being pushed just slightly away, and you make it back into the ship. And as we're closing that airlock, we actually are dislodged from the yacht, and the yacht takes off.
Yeah, it's like we wanted to leave anyway.
Did we bring the bear with us?
Of course.
Yeah.
The bear was carrying the wine.
Cool.
Yeah. So what? To finish up this crash, this board phase is when we come back, we all roll the junk dice that we've collected. So each of us should roll 3d6, and we just add it up, and that's how much junk we get. Like it's pretty simple. So that's, oh my god, that's 7 plus 9 plus
27.
11. Very bad at math. Thank you. 27. So now we have 57
cool.
total
Nice.
junk. And we add in doing so, we also add a room to our ship as we just kind of take all this junk and like add it to our ship. So what do we add to our ship? Like what's the new addition that we've got going on?
Somehow I get the feeling that the bear becomes an integral part of the room, whatever it is. Like his head's poking out.
Oh, that's pretty good.
He's just like part of a wall.
Oh wait, no, I got an idea. It's like the singing fish, but it's a singing polar bear. And so we've built a whole like auditorium around it.
Well, what about like a dance club?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, we've added.
We have alcohol. We have, I mean, the bear is a party bear now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that way he can just dance on stage and entertain people.
And there's like probably like a roller rink or
There
like
has to-
Nice.
It's one of those like
We put a Hawaiian shirt on him too.
yeah.
It's basically we just basically took this polar bear and turned him into like Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I feel so bad about that.
I do. I mean, but he's having fun. Like I assume this is what he wants. I mean, he's
He's
Fun
gonna
turn-
live his best polar bear life now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing and drinking Coca-Cola and
Well, no, he's
stuff
drinking
and
wine.
too.
He's just
yeah,
got an
there's wine,
endless wine dispenser.
That's true. That's true.
All right, nice. So what is the name of this? I don't know, the ice box.
I mean, if it was the name of a club with a bear featured in it, I was going to say the Bear It All, but that's just where my mind went.
The Bear It All. I like that actually. Roller rink. I just feel like the dichotomy of that is really funny to me.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that it's like Toys R Us kind of Bear It All.
Well, it's
So-
BEAR, like,
Yeah.
BEAR, yeah. It's
Yeah.
all the bear.
yeah.
We're here for the bear. We bear it
Yeah.
all.
Exactly. Yeah. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
There it is. Roller rink.
All right.
Parents are very concerned, but it's a perfectly fine play.
So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be
Mm-hmm.
right back for our next jump crash board.
Mm-hmm.
See you in a few minutes, everyone. Oh, and we'll be giving away a copy of a PDF copy, our first of the night when we get back from break. So stick around. Hello everyone, we are back with more Space Goblins, but first, we promised that we would give away two copies tonight, two PDF copies of Space Goblins made by Vitidia over here. Did I say that right?
Oh. Yeah. My name's. There's a lot, so yeah,
Okay.
I'm completely 100% fine with it.
So the keyword for tonight's giveaway type is !goblins with an S. So if you type !goblins to enter the giveaway, we'll give you a few minutes to type it in chat, !goblins, and what we'll do is we'll start with our jumping phase first, and then I'll draw the copy right after.
Oh yeah.
So, go ahead.
I was going to talk about the jumping phase again, but it's the same thing. So
Yeah. For those of you who
But we have new people.
well,
so
we
it
have new
wouldn't be bad.
viewers, so I don't know if you want to just like summarize it again.
yeah,
For
of
everyone?
course, easy
Cool.
peasy. Space Goblins is a GM rotating like pretty rules like game of being goblins in space, hurtling through space in hurtling through space in their ship made out of cobbled together junk. And your goal is to try and get to Junktopia with a bunch of junk to further its beauty and help and add to the utopia for goblins in space. And the way you go about getting junk is as you're flying towards Junktopia in hyperspace, you'll dip out, crash into other ships, board them, grab a bunch of cool stuff, and then jump back out before they can do anything to you. Of course, they'll try and do stuff to you, and they don't want to be junked, so you might need to worry about that and have to deal with some obstacles to get to the really good stuff. And at the end, you either crash into Junktopia and add to its glory and its beauty, or you run out of junk and you're just kind of stranded there and just have to kind of spacewalk to Junktopia, which will take you forever, and you don't want that to happen. And that's about it. And so what we've just crashed into and then left a luxury yacht, which had just a bunch of unnecessarily fancy things on it that we were able to grab and add to our ship, which is great.
I was muted. So
Oh,
we
no.
are in the I'm gonna try to do this jump phase. So each goblin can perform one action between finding treasure, repairing the ship, or horsing around.
Yeah.
Which we
So
did
we have-
earlier.
Which and also like our artesianness resets to 10. So even though we're at 7 right now, it resets to 10 because by the time we get to the other ship, we're so yeah, we also now have some junk to spare. If anybody wants to spend their turn maybe getting another treasure, finding something cool from what we junked before, or spending a good chunk of it and just increasing our stats. Does anyone have a preference? Or you can horse around, which again is very helpful because it just increases our rowdiness for the next phase.
I think Chef Flay would prefer to do the repair and prepare after having to deal with a yacht's cleaning crew, drones, and a purse dog, robotic but still a purse dog. He wants better defenses.
Okay. Sick.
Or they want better defenses. Sorry.
Yeah. So that costs 20 junk. So we're at 37.
37. What was our starting was 30, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Junktopia appreciates any amount of junk. It's just to get there is basically the idea. You want to grab as much as possible, but that doesn't mean don't spend it, don't get better things and all that whatnot. What are you? When you repair and prepare, increase any 2 ship traits by 1 or award each goblin member 2 trait points. So I assume from what you're describing, you're going to bolster our ship.
I think while looking at the recipe for best bolstering the ship, he stumbles upon a tapas menu and realizes that the best option is actually to give each crew member 2 trait points, because if we work better as a team, the ship will run better.
Okay.
So we're going small plates.
Yeah. And it might have been a short joke.
That's pretty great. I think terminal velocity is going to bolster what they already have. So I'm putting 1. So now I have a 3 scrapper and a 2 rascal.
I'm not gonna. Or do I get to also?
Yeah, so everybody
Everybody
Each
does.
goblin 2 trait points. Okay.
Mhm.
Because I was
This
gonna
is-
say I'm less keen on leveling up because I know I'm gonna be the referee. Oh, but the
Oh,
referee
yeah.
gets to roll too if something comes into
Yeah.
the ship. Yeah.
The ref also gets to roll. It's rotating GM, but also GM-ish.
Yeah. Because of what happened last time, I'm a big fan of leveling up skills that you've used. I've been both a rascal and rude, and a tinkerer, but I already have a 2, so I'll have 1 rascal now and 2 rude.
Nice. How does Twist of Skate increase themselves? How do they?
Yeah, I think they're going to. Sorry, we get 2 points to increase skills. Is that right? I think he's going to add 1 to rude, and 1 to scrapper.
Nice.
And the way he's been doing that is there's this montage of him basically going Tony Hawk on the half pipe.
Oh, so good.
And just breaking stuff as he's doing it.
That's really great. All right. So
Have you taught the dog how to skate yet?
Oh, that's so
You might.
good. So that was only Chef Flay's action, so we all still get to do stuff. It's a very good communal action.
If you don't mind, before anybody else goes, I'm just gonna draw before like the timer goes out on the giveaway.
Oh hell yeah.
If Ozuge with you. And our first winner of the night is Barmaid Alexi.
Oh.
Congratulations, Barmaid. If you can just send me a private message either here on Twitch or on Twitter with just an email address so that I can forward the code for the free PDF to that email address. So just send me a message here or on Twitter. Thank you.
And a note, there's a very beautiful, wonderful, full laid out and illustrated PDF. We were hoping to get it done by today, but the layout artists needed just a little bit more time, which is not a problem. So you will hopefully, like I tested this, but it links the account, like it links the game to your itch account. When it gets updated, you immediately get the new PDF as well. I just want to point that out. So hopefully, 100%. I'm like 99% sure that's how it works.
Yeah, well, if it's the same as because I've never given discounts on itch, but I've done it on drive-through. Sorry, updated things. I've updated things on DTRPG and never on itch. But when I did on drive-through, all of my purchasers, all of the people that bought the book, automatically got an email saying, "Hey, the version, like, there's a new version, you can download it for free."
Yeah, I think that's what happens on itch too. I'm pretty sure I've only updated like 2 games, but I've never really checked with previous posters. So hopefully, that's how it works.
Cool. I'll let everybody else go as far as the prep is going. I'll go last.
I think I'll unless either of you two have like a treasure they really think they'll want to do, I might spend it. It'll dip us just below our starting junk, but I feel like it's less of a problem.
But if you're the only one to look for a treasure, you can only find it on a 6, right?
It's I only get it for free on a 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basically, the way it works is like the more of us who try and get junk get it for free. So like it might like if 2 of us are trying to find a treasure, it'll cost us 20, but the odds of it costing us 0 is higher.
Then if you want, I can help you get that treasure.
Sure, yeah, and we both get treasure if we find it. Like it still counts as us both getting treasure because we're both technically spending. So like if like Twist Escape wants to jump in, it would cost us 30. It would dry like if we don't get it for free, we'd only have 7 junk left over. But we could get it for free, and it would cost us nothing.
You know what?
If one of you got it for free, we'd be at 17 instead of 7.
It's free for. I think it's free for all of us. So it's just.
Oh, so it's one roll for everybody then?
It's maybe I need a. Let me. Tries to find treasure on a 6. They find the junk for every additional.
Yeah. The way
it's one roll for everybody. Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, if we all roll above, like let's say a 4+ because there's 3 of us, we don't lose anything. But if 2 people do and 1 doesn't, the way I read it, that's
it only costs 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've already trashed my purple addition to the ship. So let's rip it apart and look for something.
Let's look for some good stuff. Yeah. And it's just the 2 of us, right?
Twist, do you want to do something different? Any no?
Sorry, what was that?
What did you want to do during your jump phase?
Oh, I think I wanted to try upgrading the ship, just adding some more scoot to it.
Okay.
Can
we have enough junk for that?
If one of us rolls high enough, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If one of
so
us
let's
gets
see
a
what
5.
happens.
Okay.
That's a 2.
That's a 3. Okay, so no, we don't get we scrap the ship apart. So, but I love that.
Our junk is 7 now. 17.
17, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
so. Like all of our rooms are just getting real squashed into each other.
I feel bad, so I will give my treasure to Twist of Skate.
No, it's fine.
No.
Twist is just going to horse around now. He's just going to take all this stuff that he that's left over and fashion 4 roller sets, 2 pairs of rollerblades for the polar bear, and they're going to go shredding on that half pipe.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah. What's the treasure that you found though?
The treasure that I found is, and honestly, I want to give it to someone else.
Okay.
It is a big black box with a question mark on it. And Bruce doesn't know what's inside.
Oh no.
It's the mystery ingredient.
Do you want it?
When
Does
did we
Chef
get on
Flay-
an episode of Chopped?
Oh my god.
So, well, I mean, if it's the mystery ingredient, then it definitely goes to Chef Flay.
Yeah.
You have the mystery ingredient as a treasure.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, and there's nothing in the rules that says you can't hand treasures over to other
It actually
goblins.
says you can.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if
It
I
says that
explicitly
you can
said
exchange between goblins freely.
Oh, good, nice. I'm glad I wrote that.
Yeah, that's why I decided to give it, like, because I read that you could give them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick. Look at me thinking ahead.
And so this is in addition, because it says your treasure doesn't go, it's not lost after using it.
Yeah, so now we have two treasures.
Gotcha.
Well, I have it because I for me I got big polar bear arms. I don't think I grabbed them. I didn't grab them from our friend. They were just spare that were lying around that I think we found as well. So I was like, oh, cool. And then I fitted them in as like big kind of like power gauntlet thingies to rip things out better.
Nice.
Robot polar bear arms. All right. And now, and because horsed around, we have a 11 to our teethiness, so we just get like a little bit more, which is always good. And then, and now we just roll dice. So to see where we crash, we now roll 3d8 because it just gets progressively more and more as we go. We all roll 3d8. And we'll compare. We'll see how many doubles we get. I already got 2 6s. 1, 2, and an 8.
And Nino? Oh, it's a 3d8 this time.
3d8, sorry.
Okay.
10.
So we have 2 6s, 2 1s. Do I also have to roll?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you roll too.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
All 4 people.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh,
Te-
3 6s, 2 8s, and 2 1s.
So 3 6s.
and 3 8s.
Oh,
as
3
well.
8s. Yeah.
Okay. 3 6s and 3 8s. So that also gives, so that again gives us a little bit of a pick. We either get a corporate ambassador ship or a pirate corvette. So corporate ships are, as they sound, they're big, large corporation, like Amazon warehousey or not, or even other things. And then the pirate ships are weird is how I would describe them. They're the weird ones, with like ritual rooms and
There's a hollow deck on the corporate ship.
I would go with the corporate ship.
yeah.
All
let's go
right.
corporate.
So I will stay on board because I unfortunately need to make dinner.
Oh, I love that.
I think Bruce gave an excuse to stay on the ship to, like, he saw the chef Wojo, whatchamacallit, and he's like, I can do this. Like, Chef Flay doesn't have anything on me. I'll pop an excuse.
You're practicing for the next episode of Iron Chef Enigma Nacho Supreme.
Yeah. So
Love it.
I am staying in there. And then it's a second class, so it's an ambassador, so it's a D8 for the first room. You
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all come out of hyperspace and immediately crash into the WCS delivery boy, the white collar ship delivery boy. And we make contact, and
Is that boy with a Y or an I?
we'll go with an I. You crash land into the paperwork room.
Ooh.
It is something of an oddity in space that they still reserve entire rooms to boxes of paperwork. And what more, this one is even more ancient in the than other paperwork rooms we might have heard before in stories told around goblin campfires. This one contains the old knowledge of the dot matrix.
Oh.
And it's piled up in this labyrinth of cardboard boxes. And who says labyrinth says it's guarded by just the one security guard who always knows their way across labyrinths, Mr. Minus Tor.
Okay. All right, yeah.
And Minus Tor, I'll say, for the sake of this, it's going to be a difficulty 10.
Okay.
He's good at finding his way and finding shortcuts in a labyrinth, like in a maze if you try to evade him. But at the same time, Mr. Tor is not the most athletic person and tires easily from his, security guard rounds.
And just so if I'm getting the picture right, the labyrinth is made of boxes of paperwork.
Yeah,
stacked
boxes
up?
of paperwork stacked up all the way to the ceiling. The crash of the goblin ship of the GSS Enigma Nacho Supreme kind of knocked the lighting off a bit, so the neon lights flicker, and you can hear them buzz.
Ooh.
And just to add another layer to it, you can hear behind the boxes coming from somewhere the whistling of the Minotaur.
I think terminal velocity kind of is like, oh, I don't like this place. Like, just immediately is like, ugh. I'm not gonna. And it's like I'm not gonna even try and deal with this labyrinth. And like, it just, I think I'm gonna start strong. And terminal is just gonna start digging through the wall. Is like it maybe like kind of like a test, like knocks on it and is like, it's just paper, and like will like activate the robot polar bear arms. And I think I'm just gonna start with a strong scrapper, just dig through the wall, like just breaking the rules.
Dig your way, make your way, or force a way through the
Force
maze.
a way through.
All right, a difficulty 10.
All right, and I'm gonna expend my robot arms right away. So that's a +2. So I'm rolling a pretty good. Whoa. Okay.
So when you succeed like that, I take the difference and I lower
Yeah.
The difficulty of the room. All right.
So this is very big.
Through a stroke of luck, you carved your way right through the one wall that separated you from the exit. Unfortunately, as this happens, Ministor turns the corner, rounds the corner to where you were, which is the 4 difficulty that's left.
Okay, yeah. Does anyone else want to tackle these guys? You're walking by me.
Yeah. As Twist of Skate is careening down the halls, he's going to shoot past the security guard and then use his trusty fishing rod and cast it at the Minotaur to catch a hold of catch a hold of the guy's underoos and tug it into a massive wedgie.
Oh.
It's easy enough because it's a difficulty 4. There's been an issue aboard the ship recently, and for the longest time, people were quarantined in their rooms, and so Ministor started working in his underoos because no one's around. So they're like the white with polka dot hearts on it.
Oh, I was really hoping they were Labyrinth.
They were
like the Goblin King's face.
Oh god.
It's David Bowie underwear.
All right, so make a roll to hook David Bowie underwear. I can't believe I say these things.
So we get an 11.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's enough. That's an atomic wedgie.
Yeah. You hook it onto the elastic band and hoist your fishing rod high, and Mr. Tor basically freezes in his tracks and goes like, ow, 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 and while he's like bent down trying to remove the hook from his underoos, the rest of you scoot out.
Oh, good. Wait, I think as we're going, I'm just gonna swipe, or I'll yell out to Chef Flay. I'm like, "Hey, grab the Matrix!" we.
So, Chef Flay looks around for whatever terminal velocity he's talking about, and ends up grabbing a very large paper shredder, and runs out of the room with it.
I love it.
I think it's the moment when, before we determine the next room, it's the moment when something happens to our ship, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we crashed. So they're like, "What the fuck's happening?" Right? Mm-hmm. Anyone have any immediate ideas about something that could be happening to our ship on the outside? It's a corporate ship, and it's I
think they're going to try and dock our pay.
They're just...
Obviously, this damage is coming out of our pockets, not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending us invoices.
Yep, you're getting attacked by a malicious swarm of bills.
Oh my god!
And lawsuits.
I just have to say that I feel very attacked right now.
I'm sorry. Oh no, they're using the accounts receivable maneuver.
It was very good.
Quick, shift the power from the thrusters to the tax haven account. I don't know. Oh my god, what could I do? Rough, tough, scoot.
Or you
what-
can use your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is what's the difficulty on this? I imagine
I will defer to a Nino.
from personal experience. Listen to.
How do we deal with getting invoiced?
Well,
How
how hard
difficult?
it should be.
How,
Yeah.
how hard should it be?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say this is going to be a 9.
Okay.
It's not hard to duck collections.
I think in Bruce's mind, if the invoices don't exist, they can't do anything. So he's gonna run around the ship grabbing, because of course, I mean, they had a giant paperwork room, so of course they're still using snail mail for that. So I figure it's just like this endless stream of drones dressed up as mailmen, just like coming to the ship and dropping an envelope every time.
Can
my
it be shot out of like pneumatic tubes, like at the bank?
Yeah. And I think what Bruce's will do is he will play his favorite game. Can you toast it? And shove the paper in the toaster and just burn it with it.
That's very good.
If and I feel like that would be a scrapper roll because he's actively destroying evidence. So that's going to be a +0. I'm really not playing to my strengths. But still with a +2, you said it's a difficulty 9. Ah,
Yeah.
crap. I rolled a 6.
Oh.
So does that come out of our junk?
It comes out of our junk, yeah. So this is so. I if I can I have a good idea of how this works. Like you're trying to do it, but they're too fast, and it's like weirdly odd. Like even though it's paper, it finds itself into our computers. Like I think it's like
It inserts itself through
Yeah.
the fax like reverse.
yeah, and then like you see like delivery robots kind of undock from the from the ship and just take parts of our ship as payment. It's like, oh yeah, well, you know, the invoice went through, so
So it worked.
Are those repo bots?
Oh my god. Oh gee.
Hey, that's my bed. Come back here. But while this is happening,
It's too real. This is so
Yeah.
too real.
1. What's number 1? I think it's the same.
Yeah,
no.
so you re-roll.
Oh yeah, that was security. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so we're tired of 1.
Yeah, you can reroll. Absolutely.
8. Ooh. Oh, by the
Hello
way,
there.
you all get a D6 for junk.
Nice. Room, but then an 8, you said?
Yeah, and 8 is the hologram room, the holodeck.
Hey.
I'm so excited.
So you rush out of the paperwork maze and enter. Quick, I have to think of a Star Trek episode. You enter what is literally the town of Tombstone, Arizona in 1887. I think there was a
Oh
Star
my
Trek episode about it.
God.
And you realize very quickly that you do not stand in a desert town in a planet you've never been before, but you are inside a fully malfunctioning holodeck. The controls of
Okay.
which you need to find in order to know what's real or what's not, and what can be chunked and what can't.
Oh my god.
And because I think it was a staple aboard our ship to watch old Star Trek reruns, I'll say this is a difficulty 8.
Okay.
Like, you've seen this shit before. That's how you know you're in a holodeck.
Okay. I feel like because I have nothing in Tinkerer, terminal velocity is just gonna be like, it's gonna be kind of awestruck. It's gonna be like, whoa, oh, okay, yeah. And we'll like defer to somebody else to get the junking started. We'll be like, and just kind of swipe at something, and it like I phase through, but then I swipe at like an identical, like I swipe at a chair and it phases through, and I swipe at an identical one and it topples over, and I'm like, whoa.
Chef Flay, reaching back to his Southwest cooking roots, and he will channel Phantom Nacho Cat and reach into the mystery box. What he finds in there is actually an acetylene torch for creme brulee, but in the holodeck, it morphs itself into a 6-shooter. And because his clothing has changed, he holsters it. And he struts into town.
For some reason.
As he struts into town, he looks around and he calls out, "All right, low dog, where are you hiding, you yelly bellied, whatever livered chicken dung? Come out and fight."
The holodeck responds. There is a cardboard cutout of a cowboy that like flips up from the street in like a quick draw position, a dual position.
Awesome.
And this very like no bass voice says like, "This town is not big enough for the four of us."
And then the good, the bad, and the ugly music, the doo-doo, goes off, and you just see eyes as it flips between all 4 of us.
Yeah.
And then he draws and shoots. For a 14.
And for some... Oh, wait, 14 minus 8? No, do you know that there's still
Drops
a
to a
little
2.
bit. Yeah. Your 6-shooter, being actually a creme brulee torch, might look like a 6-shooter, but it still is just a creme brulee torch. But as you do so, the other cowboy just falls down as you like did the motion that goes with it. And it falls. And a message comes up, a holographic message. It says, "Congratulations, cowpoke. Collect your prize at the saloon." And there's a big...
I will blow out my acetylene torch and put it back in the holster.
Oh my god. Chef Flay, that was so cool.
I've seen this one before. It's my favorite episode. And he does that kind of like cowboy waddle as he heads to the saloon with the spurs jangling, and looks over at Twist of Skate and goes, "I think it's your turn."
Right. And Twist of Skate makes it look like he's about to go through the saloon doors, but he swerves and crashes through the windows instead.
Oh.
He's so hardcore.
He's so hardcore. I know, we're all fans of Twist Skate.
There's immediately the sound of like a piano that stops, yet no one's playing the piano inside the saloon. You would notice a robot of a... Quick, I need to find an animal. Of an elephant. Dressed in an old-timey barkeep uniform. With like the black bow tie and the black vest. And with his trunk, he's constantly cleaning the same glass.
Yeah. Wait, with this.
Yeah, it's just, like, I mean, elephant paws are too big for a glass.
Oh, that's so good.
A robotic snuffleupagus. You have to get it.
We have to do it. We have to do it. Ooh, okay.
You're rolling, right? Wait, Twist of Skate hasn't rolled yet.
Oh yeah, Twist is great. Do you want to try and do something?
Yeah. So what are we gonna do? How are we gonna convince? All right. So Twist of Skate's gonna be like, you would be such a great addition to the. Well, what did we end up naming the bar?
Barretall roller rink.
Yeah, the Barretall
The
roller rink.
Barretall roller rink.
And he's just going to use his fishing pole and cast it in such a way that it turns into like a leash on the elephant.
Ooh.
You swing your fishing pole at the elephant. Make a roll. I think you have to roll 4, so I think you're good one way or another.
We're really chunking through. Sorry.
The elephant barkeep, the moment that the hook touches his clothes, transforms into a red leash. And he just looks at it and looks at you and says, I'm now sworn to follow you everywhere. Except if I bug out.
That's pretty great.
That's just not going to have to happen then. And you'll just give it a tug and come on, let's go.
Oh my god.
You have to think, though, I am the power source for the whole holodeck. If I leave my place, the whole holodeck comes down.
Oh no. Well,
so does that mean we have to loot this place before we leave?
There's nothing to loot. This place is actually bare, except for that one chair your friend knocked over.
I
pick up the chair. And it's at terminal velocity. Hit somebody with this.
I think I'd panic. I don't know why I would. And I smack it over the elephant.
It breaks into a million pieces. The elephant is a robot. It doesn't feel anything. But the moment you do, the entire simulation fades out. And in front of you is a robot elephant.
Huh? Oh,
and you're in a completely barren room.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, that was pretty uncalled for, but it was quite on point for the place and the time we were mimicking.
So this is it?
You're very agreeable.
I've been programmed to enjoy everything and anything.
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
And Twist of Skate is going to climb up, and he's just going to use the robot elephant as his mount for the rest of this trip.
For some reason, I also can go through doors, even though the physical aspects of the ship would prevent me to do so. Don't question it. It's like a cartoon.
It's pretty great.
And as we fade on this room, what happens to the Nacho Supreme?
Oh. So we're just moving through this corporate ship. Yeah.
Right now, you've collected an elephant and a paper shredder.
I love it. What's happening to the ship? I kind of imagine. Well, okay, so they've taken some of our ship, and they're like probably going through processing, and I think I'm trying to think how to word this. So like somebody make this more if they can think about it, but it's like they're like trying to catalog our ship and go, hey, wait, this stuff is stolen. Like they're like, oh,
They're finding out that half of our ship doesn't belong to us.
Yeah, I think yeah.
Are they going to try and turn us over to the authorities?
There we go. Okay.
Shit. Reacting quickly on his feet, Bruce would channel the energy of the people we met on that first ship. Just to help himself really inhabit the character, he would take the hair extensions that Twist brought back, put them on his head, and channel his inner Karen to write a letter to the CEO of the corporate ship to explain in no small words that this is not going to happen, and that if he sends the cops after us, we're gonna sue him to hell and back. I'm using rude. What's the What's the difficulty?
Huh.
How risk adverse is this corporation?
Yeah,
I think it depends on how much of a threat that they see Goblin Karen would be.
But they didn't run a risk assessment on our ship before we crashed into them.
I feel like then how good is your rude? I kind of want to.
My rude is a +2.
Okay. So all right. So
I can do stuff.
I think this is like a 10. I feel because you're right. Like they don't know who we are, but also you're like this is a whole corporation, right? What did you? Oh no!
But I roll like shit.
5 more junk gone.
God, I feel like we've kind of lost a lot of our. I'm gonna delete.
We're gonna get to Junktopia empty-handed.
Yeah,
empty-handed.
I swear we had stuff when we left.
We had, yeah.
I mean,
and also we still have our rooms. My favorite little thing about the game is that like we still have our rooms that we've built, but they just keep getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. So poor the roller rink is now the chef stadium is now on the roller rink. Is kind of how it's.
We had to move all the tables.
It's dinner and a show.
Of it. Yeah,
it's dinner and a show
and the after party all in one place.
Yeah. No. What happens is whenever there's a competition or we have to cook, it actually descends from the ceiling onto the rink.
Are we becoming a space goblin version of medieval times?
Possibly.
I'm gonna need to upload. I'm just gonna quickly Space Goblins medieval times. You say?
I say.
Don't forget that it's a roller rink.
Through the comes,
roller rink.
Through the comes, Bruce is gonna say, guys, I think you have time for one last room, but then I would suggest we get the hell out of here.
All right.
So right now you would have a D8 and a D6 each.
Hell yeah.
So I feel like we can risk it. I don't think 9. I don't think I'm gonna fail so bad that we're gonna lose 9.
Okay. And we could be nice to you.
That was the end of the GSS Enigma.
But if you succeed, that's another D8. We'd have 2 D8 and 1 D6 each.
It's also called the what, Simon?
Oh right,
it's the intimacy office.
The intimacy office.
And because it's me.
Oh God.
It is.
Do I have to be worried?
Oh, don't worry. My channel is age gated. It's a small office, like you would see in any corporate building in North America. There's a door, there's a large window with blinds. Right on the door, it says head of HR, but someone barred it with Sharpie and wrote intimacy office underneath it. As you open the door to come inside, you notice there's a single big black leather couch
Oh.
across from a desk upon which rests a camera on a small tripod.
Oh no.
There are posters of Top Gun all over the place.
Oh no.
Because this is a recurring theme in all of my games here. Apparently, something has to happen with Top Gun. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna do it and put it in here.
We've entered the danger zone, my friends.
You've
Yes.
definitely entered the danger zone.
We're like, oh no, we gotta destroy this room. Just level it
And-
to the
yeah.
ground.
Raise it to the ground. Unfortunately, right in front of you, sitting on, well, at the desk, spinning in his chair menacingly, is the head of HR. It's just a head of someone called HR. It's in a it's in a jar, like the Futurama heads.
Head of
HR. HR is the
HR.
H.R. Whatever you want to give them their actual name.
head. Wait. I got This is a written joke. There. HR stands for head jar.
Head jar. Oh, nice. It turns around and says, "You've been very, very naughty goblins. Please, have a seat." You realize that this floating head, like, can't really do anything. But what you do not know is this head of HR is secretly, why not, a very powerful psychic that can do stuff with their mind. And so the difficulty to strip the room bare and leave the head of HR befuddled would be a 12.
Ooh.
As they can read your mind and know what you're about to do and counter it.
Well,
Chef
Unless-
Flay is actually going to go rifle through a bag and pull out a black light and say, I've heard about couches like this. I bet it's not sanitary. And he flips off the lights in the room and runs over to the couch to scan it and see if it's sanitary. I'm going to use Rascal because flipping off the lights hopefully will disorient somebody. And I'm hoping to confuse and surprise.
Go right ahead.
And no.
So that's a 4 that comes down of your teethiness.
Yep.
As you turn off the light and turn on the black light, you notice that the couch is clean.
oh,
The head of HR foresaw you doing that. And in a flashback sequence, you would see him before you crashed onto his ship. He asked someone from janitorial to come and clean the couch ahead of time, knowing that you would do this.
That's the cleanest casting couch I've ever heard of.
What's a casting couch?
We'll talk about it later.
What are you using the holodeck for, Flay?
I don't have a holodeck yet.
but I think terminal velocity is going to be like, well, we can't have a clean couch on the ship, and we'll just try and tear it apart. So I'm gonna roll, and again, coming in strong, I'm gonna activate my robot arm, my polar bear arms, to see if I can like tear it apart. Because a 12 requires us to use our big guns.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's see if that. Ooh, just barely. Okay, but I put a dent in it.
Yeah, you actually rip the couch up, and you notice inside, instead of stuffing, is all of these like greenish rectangle of papers with an old man's face on it.
Uh-huh.
It's just all the stuffing of the couch is filled with that.
So it's not a comfortable couch to begin with.
Not really. But you've never seen this strange rectangle of paper before. I don't know how you would call it.
It's salad.
Oh, God. Oh. Huh. Why would you? This isn't even comfortable. Papers? I don't know who this person is. Explain yourself.
I didn't foresee that you would tear the couch up. You are mysterious. What's your name?
Terminal velocity. Don't you forget it.
I do
Wait,
not.
is he one of those that if he knows your true name, he can like force you to do things?
Oh no! I can't believe I fell for it.
I cannot thank you enough for giving me your name. From your name, I deduced your social security number. From that social security number, I've hired you. You are now part of the W... What name did I say again?
WCS.
The WCS delivery boy. And like magic, a white shirt with a red tie and black dress pants appear on terminal velocity.
Help me.
Do you have dental benefits now?
Of course not. Why would?
Nah, you don't have dental, but they do give you like one optometrist appointment every year.
Okay.
Because you're gonna work with computers.
Get some fancy glasses.
No, those aren't covered.
Nothing good is covered.
Of course not.
Help me.
You are now at the mercy of the pantheon of deities that are worshipped on this ship. The mysterious shareholders. So what did the other two do?
Twist?
Twist actually looks very scared for the first time. The sheer idea of a 9 to 5 is just so alien and unfathomable to him.
Oh God.
What does Twist do? What would a Nino do?
I mean, this is just a head in a jar.
Okay. Twist of Fate is going to cast his fishing rod into the jar. Just try to see if he can fish the head out of it.
Well, I know what's going to happen if you fail. But try me, the head of HR says. Oh, crap.
Ooh, got him by
13.
Going down to a 9.
Oh, chipping away slowly.
The head of HR, in order to survive, the process of immortality through brain in a jar is very, very fickle. And to survive in water, or whatever substance that he's floating in, they had to cross his genes with that of a goldfish, like in Jurassic Park. So his goldfish reflexes kick in the moment it sees the hook of the fishing rod, and the head of HR just goes and hooks itself on your fishing rod.
Oh.
So I want to say that right now it's a real struggle. The head is like flopping around in the jar, and
It's like a
Twist of
trout.
Fate is yeah, Twist of Fate is struggling. Like the pole is super bent in, and he's just desperately trying to reel in the head, but just can't seem to do it.
And now we have a fishing mini game. Flay, you're up.
So, seeing that this turns the advantage to Chef Flay, Chef Flay is going to grab the video camera and he's going to point it at the head of HR and turn it on and say, now you're going to be quizzed on all of the recipes across the galaxy. If you cannot think of or identify which ingredients I'm thinking of for which recipe, right now, this very second, when I say go, you lose. HR.
Oh my god.
11. Chipping away.
The
Chipping
head
away.
of you're thinking potato salad.
Quit mumbling with that hook in your mouth.
Quesadilla. No. I don't know. A salad bowl, empty salad bowl. And clearly you've got him flustered and unable to use his powers for a moment.
Quick, bounce on him.
Okay, I think so let me know if I need to make a roll to get out of the shirt first.
Oh, no, you can, like, it's
Okay.
It's narrative.
Sure, no, that's what I wanted to ask. So then I think what happens is I go, ugh, must destroy, and like we'll rip the shirt off, and we'll like, or like I will like, be kind of like stiffly walking as it's fighting me over to my cannon, and I'll rip the shirt off as I like step into my cannon, and then like point it at the head of HR and go, I will get you.
Make a roll. It's a difficulty 7 now. You are aiming straight for the head as it like pulls hard on the hook of Twist's fishing rod.
This might be another scrapper because I'm just trying to.
Oh yeah, it's.
Oh,
I'm not doing nothing but trying to destroy it. Bang!
Ooh,
That's the big one.
That's enough to take it out.
it actually takes it out completely.
Hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
You
Goes the HR.
Yeah, you ram into the jar containing the head, and it goes flying and breaks the window. Apparently there was a window.
Sure.
And it just floats away in space, and as it yells, because you can yell in space, and says, I will get you, goblins! And you're pretty sure if you had a fist, you would shake it.
Oh my god. We've made a nemesis.
Definitely.
Oh god.
So, how can I destroy the ship? What happens to Bruce during that time?
Is it Twist's turn?
Yeah, do you have Anina, do you have something that the ship has to deal with?
Make my life difficult.
How can I make it difficult? I think that the HR's minions board the ship, and then they are going. And they're going to pull you in. They're going to pull in Bruce Springsteen to write him up.
Ooh.
on a company behavioral violations.
You know what?
Be insubordinate.
I will try to... I will actually use Thinker for that. And what happens is when I see through our security feed that the corporate security is coming to get me, I will rapidly fashion out of ground beef. Because remember, I was in the, Iron Chef place.
Right, yeah.
Cooking. So all I have is food, right? And I will fashion out of ground beef, beets, because I need purple dye, the hair extension, and my clothes. I will fashion a goblin in my image to hopefully, act as a decoy so that they grab, ground beef, hamburger meat brews, and not the real one. What's the difficulty of conning?
This is so much. I love it. There's so much to that.
I'm going to say that it's a difficulty of 8 because they lost their supervisor, so they're kind of just flying blind.
And I succeed with a 10. Wow, barely. So, yeah,
Ooh, okay, yeah.
They are pretty sure that they've captured the goblin responsible for everything, even though he falls into pieces as they carry it to their ship.
Oh, that's very good.
And I think in the interest of time, that's when their ship would depart and you guys come back with the loot. So if my calculations are correct, y'all have 2d8 and a d6 each.
Oh yeah, let's roll that.
So what's the giveaway code? Maybe we start that now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I should definitely run the other. So if our first keyword was goblins, what do you think our second keyword is going to be? It's space. So type in !space to enter our giveaway of our second PDF copy of Space Goblins by Vidinia Valetti.
Yeah.
Space
right, let me roll.
Goblins. There we go. So, roll away, friends. Roll away.
1d6 plus 2d6.
2d8 plus a d6, yeah.
Yeah. 10. I could have rolled better, but that's fine.
That's a 19. And we're just missing an Eno's roll.
Okay, what am I rolling now?
2d8 and a d6.
Get us some good junk.
So that's 19, 28, 31. Wow, that's basically a starter ship right there.
Oh yeah, 31.
We're back to 40.
We're back up to 40. Ooh. Hell yeah.
And so what happens after that?
Well, if we want to,
We'd bring ourselves to Junktopia, basically.
yeah. So there's a few ways that you could do the Junktopia thing, but for the sake of time, we'll just we don't need to go through our ship. So it normally when you get to Junktopia, you have to evacuate your ship before it crashes into the planet. But then the process of evacuating your ship will take is basically another little ship crawl.
Oh.
But I think but I don't think that's not always necessary for Junktopia. Instead of what we could do now is we make it to Junktopia. And I think before we do this, we do need to actually add a room to our ship. So what did we add to our ship to this? Because it'll maybe help us determine how we add to Junktopia.
Well, you found an elephant. I figure if you have time to loot the intimacy office, there was a couch
Yeah.
a bunch of salad, a desk,
Yeah.
a chair,
I got a video camera.
a video camera.
I mean, I think like we make ourselves like a cool, like I I'm
And the
imagining
holodeck.
like yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like it's a holodeck, but it's like a in-home theater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's in the second story now of the Bear It All roller rink because the elephant's also the bartender.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. I love it.
So
It's
kind of like Quark in Deep Space Nine.
it's like a whole lounge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So we got what would it be called? I guess like a cool
They called them what, hollow suites instead of a whole deck.
hollow suite. That's what we get. I like that Star Trek is canon as a fictional thing in our Space Goblins universe.
Absolutely.
Is it like historical fiction now? Because it's like
It's what do they call
Yeah.
that? Predictive fiction?
speculative fiction.
Speculative fiction. There you
There
go.
it is. Yeah. Star Trek is speculative fiction.
So some of us call them the oracles.
That's pretty good. But when we pilot our ship into Junktopia, we all jump out. So you've made it to Junktopia. Congratulations, you made it to Junktopia. Your crash ship, a glorious monument to your achievement for all goblin kind to enjoy. As you gaze upon the gorgeous wreckage, take turns describing the aspect of the monument or infrastructure you've built and how it inspires and helps the goblins of Junktopia. So like that's kind of the end, is we end on a wonderful note of how we have helped or improved Junktopia with what we have brought to it.
Can we make it like the Space Needle in Seattle? And so like the long half pipe is now like the elevator up to the Bear It All roller rink that now rotates on top of it.
Ooh, I like that.
We really have crashed like 90 degree into the planet.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I like to think then like our hollow suite is underground, like it kind of made itself underground, so it's like this cool like, ooh, you got like the underground like fun suite, and then like and then you go up the tower for like the Iron Chef.
Yeah, there's
Hollow-
clearly a restaurant and the roller derby
Yeah.
rink and everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
I love that. That's it. I mean that's perfect. Our 1-to-1
Cool.
recreation of set and yeah, we got
And we have a
There you go.
winner. Origami Shuriken, congratulations, you won our second PDF copy of
Yeah.
Space Goblins. Let me know your email address through a message either here on Twitch or on Twitter, and I will send you the codes at that email address for the game. I know we went over tonight, but I would still like for us to take some time to tell everyone who you are and where we can find you, what you have going on. But first, I would like to thank Vididia, both for the game and for coming to play tonight. It is amazing, and it made me think that I recently reacquired all my childhood Legos from my parents, and I have a giant plastic bin filled up with Legos. So I think I know what I'm gonna do with it.
Hell yeah. It is really fun to play with like the Legos or something, because it lets you just, there's something to kind of tinker with and play with, which is I just had a blast with that making that.
And I like to think right now, because we haven't done it with Lego, but like all the different shapes, horrible shapes that the ship can take.
Oh, they all look ugly, like awful. every ship, every Space Goblin ship I've seen, I would not call aesthetically pleasing, but they're all as goblin as they can be. So it's like super amazing, and I love it. Especially when you just have like a bin and you're just grabbing like, I don't care what colors go together. Like this is just, it's great.
And then you end up with just flat pieces.
That'd be so great.
It's just a mat. But that said, let's go around the table. We'll do the same order that we did the intros. I'll give the last little spiel at the end as usual. But first of all, thank you to Twist of Skate and Nino for coming. Where can we find you, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name's Nino. You can find me on Twitter at Nino Gaming. You can. Next time you'll find me on stream will be, Cyberpunk Red 2 weeks from now. Taking a very short break due to a number of things. So be sure to follow me on Twitter. And keep up. Throw me some messages because I'm not doing a whole lot right now. So.
Well, thank you for coming. Up next is Chris. Or I should say, Chef.
Hey. Thanks everyone for coming. This was a blast, and we have. I'm Chris. You can find me at Chris Geary on Twitter. We're not sure if we're going to be able to goof off with this again next week, but if not, follow Simon's feed for possible giveaway shenanigans. We're going to come up with, we've got 2 more codes to give away. So stalk at Wandering DM. And if we can't actually meet next week, we might do some sort of challenges, like, I don't know, Lego build challenges or some sort of photo challenge or something
on Twitter.
else. On Twitter, something fun and cool and goblin-y to help out with that. But so outside of this game and Cyberpunk Red, which we will resume in a couple of weeks, you can find me on Monday nights for Adventures in Castle Falkenstein. We've got 2 more weeks before season 3 concludes, and then that's about it for now. There will be more on the horizon if the world can stop burning, literally and figuratively, for the Omens Rising project that I'm a part of. But as soon as there's something to announce, I will be happy to do that. So thank you again, Simon, and thank you, Viditya. This was so much fun.
Thank you.
And Viditya, you're next.
Thank you. First and foremost, of course, thank you so much for having me on and also playing my wonderful game. Again, my schedule is weirdly up in the air, so maybe specifically for next Friday. So I don't know if we'll be able to do this, but I'll know for certain soon. Like very soon. But either way, you can find my stuff at you can find me primarily on social media on Twitter at Viditya Valetti, and you can find my work at vidityavaletti.itch.io. I also have a Patreon if you want to support me there, which again is under my name. All of these links, and I'm also on Twitch. I stream video games occasionally. It's and various fun little like design nights and things like that. I'm a very small channel. I never really do the same thing twice, but it's a lot of fun. So you can also follow me on Twitch. Space Goblins is found on. I copied something. I have a whole thing. I should have just posted this, but these are all my links. And you can find Space Goblins on my itch page, vidityavaletti.itch.io. There is a major update coming out soon for layout and artwork and stuff like that, because this game was kickstarted during Zine Quest. So I have there's just, and it's got, I think this has also helped me. I took a few notes where I'm like, ooh, I gotta like do this, I gotta do that. So like the game is always gonna get better. And anything upcoming, sorry, I always freeze up when I have to plug myself because I'm like, what do I got? But you can find me. I'm now an official full cast member of All Nerds Here, the Twitch channel All Nerds Here, where soon we will be announcing a show that we'll be doing there. So it's a little bit, we haven't announced anything yet, but you should go follow twitch.tv/All Nerds Here for a cool show I'll be on. It's an All BIM podcast with some wonderful people who are in chat tonight. And then I should be releasing some new games shortly, hopefully. Again, if the world isn't burning, because that just it really takes it out of you, right? Like just one punch after another. But there's some really cool projects that I'm able to work on, so keep an eye out for my name. Follow me on Twitter, you'll see all of that. All right, that's about it.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming. And by the way, if you ever want to showcase other games, you are more than welcome to come back to the channel.
Yeah.
I had tons of fun with Space Goblins, and I hope chat was also entertained and would like to go check out Space Goblins on itch.io/Vididia Voletti, as it is spelled in chat. And on that note, we might be back tomorrow for the finale of Black Flag, our Rapscallion campaign. Because of weather patterns, we might have to skip next week and push the finale to the week after. But we will know more or less last minute tomorrow morning. So if there is, we'll announce it. If there isn't, we'll announce it as well. Otherwise, you can find us back here on Monday for Castle Falkenstein. And next week, we are coming back with Dragon Age. We still have a couple of episodes left. And we're going to have a special character, returning to the cast. On that note, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Thank you for hanging out in chat. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for everything. Thank you to all of you watching the VOD on YouTube. It's always greatly appreciated to know that we have fans on the other platform. I am Simon, and this was Space Goblin. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.